All right, so this is our first B207B Master session. And today I have some items that I would like to discuss with you. Firstly, the TMA and also the MTA. The MTA will be very close. All right. طيب. Khadija, I think you have your camera on. Okay, thanks. So, do you have any questions before we get started? I will start sharing my screen.
Excuse me.
Yes, go ahead, Muhammad.
May I ask the students something?
Yes, go ahead.
Could you please pass on the WhatsApp link for the group? Because I also want to be updated with the TMA and stuff.
Yes, would anyone, if you have WhatsApp groups for students, can you share on the chat link? Because Muhammad wants to join a WhatsApp group. Maybe he wants to find other team members. So
Yes,
if
exactly.
if anyone has the link for the WhatsApp, we would appreciate sharing on the chat. All right. So this B207B master session is open to all students registered in B207B. So whether you are in Riyadh, in Dammam, in Jeddah, in Medina, Ha'il, Ahsa, wherever you are registered in, this is an open session for each and every one registered in B207B. So here I have the screen. Let me just change my role here to a student because I want to see the screen exactly as you see it. Okay, so this is our LMS. The LMS is the first place that you go to in order to access the information about the course. So here you can browse through this through the different tabs that you have here about the course. And here I have the announcements. Okay, now the announcement is a good place for you to see what kind of announcements we have always. So here I have announced the master session, for example. Here I have announced the MTA, what the MTA will be about. Okay, and the course objectives, the course syllabus. I'm sure since we are now in week 6, you probably have gone through these already. Here you can contact me. I'm the course coordinator, or you could contact any one of your tutors. I have all their email addresses here, so you could just locate your tutor name and find his or her email address. The assessment breakdown will be as follow. The TMA 15%, attendance 5, MTA 30, and final exam 50%. Here we have some discussion forums. So if you have a question, you can drop it here. And then the rest of the team members or the rest of the students or tutors will be happy to answer it. All right. So here, each unit, so under each unit, we have, for example, the course material, we have some extra resources. Unfortunately, the extra resources have not been updated yet. I will do that soon. I haven't updated them because I'm sending you the YouTube videos, the YouTube classes via email. This was the deanship decision, but I will try to update the videos that we have here on the LMS with something else that is beneficial from YouTube or another link. Here in Unit 1, VC links, you have all the VC links of the course. Okay, I did not copy and paste the same links for every week. I just put it 1 week. You know, this is I thought this is going to be so much redundant and repetitive. So if you need any link for any class, for any online class, then you can access it here. Here we have a quiz. The quiz is also very good to test your knowledge in a certain topic or a certain unit. So here, for example, for week 1 or unit 1, you have this quiz that is available for you to take at any time, and you can see how your grade is. These quizzes are not graded. They will give you a grade for you only to see, but I will not take any grades from the quizzes and include them in your final grade for the course. Okay, so this is about it. So for each unit, you have some course material and some support for you to look at. Now, here we have, under the assessment breakdown and submission, here we have the TMA. So just by clicking on this file, you will download the TMA, and we have also the PT3 form, and of course the Harvard referencing guide. Okay. So let's start with the TMA file itself. All right. So this is your TMA. I'm sure that many of you are already familiar with the concept because you have already done B207A TMA last semester or in the previous semesters. This TMA follows a similar structure. It follows a similar approach on how to answer the TMA. So first and foremost, you have to find a team, a group of students, 3 to 4 students max in every group. All right. And teams of the same section or tutor should select different ideas for the TMA. I would like to remind you that you can only be part of a group with other students who are also registered with the same tutor. Okay? Yani, please do not mix tutors. If a tutor has 2 different sections, then it's okay to select team members from his other section. But if your TMA is for students registered with different tutors, then your grade will be lost. Okay? Because only the leader will upload the TMA on the LMS. And this tutor will not be able to enter your grade to the SIS. Is it clear, or do you need me to repeat this part? Yes, is it clear?
Clear.
Clear, Sarah.
Perfect. طيب, let me ask you now, do you all have groups so far?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No, okay.
No.
So if you said no, you need to contact your tutor. First, I would suggest that you try to search within your branch, within your section, or other students registered in the course, if you can find other students. If you can't find other students to team up with, then definitely send an email to your tutor informing them that you can't find a group. What I do for my students, students who can't find a group would send me an email, and I will team them up together. Yani, let's say today Khadija sends me an email, tells me she can't find an email, and also Zainab sends me an email telling me she can't find a group. So Khadija and Zainab, they don't know each other's, but they both send me an email that no group was found, so I team them up together. Okay. So if you do that with your tutor, I'm sure they could also help you doing that. So the TMA.
Doctor,
Yes.
can I ask you something?
Yeah, go ahead,
What
Khadija.
is actually it's outside المادة. What is the purpose of making this assignment as a group, not individual?
What do you mean by process?
لا البربس الهدف ليه ما يكون individual for each person not instead of group.
Okay. طيب, I will tell that's a good question. Thank you, Khadija. طيب, the TMA itself has so many questions. So first of all, for 15% of the mark, the TMA has a lot of work. All right, you have to do research. You have to pick the right. First of all, you have to pick the right company. You have to do research. The purpose of having the group is that we want you to discuss these concepts with somebody else. Sometimes when you have different perspectives and different opinions, each one has a different idea. This gives us a much better work than if one person working on it. So this is one. Number two, we want you to start getting used to doing things in teams, because inshallah, when you graduate and you go out to your company, most of the things that you do there is a group work. Very rarely that you will be asked to do a certain task alone. So this is a training. It's like a training for you on how to work within a team, and how to divide maybe responsibilities and tasks among each others, how to agree and sometimes solve the disagreement among each and every one in the team members. So having these skills is extremely important for you to go on later on, inshallah, at your job. So in the university, we would like not only to give you the skills that you need from studying a certain course, but also there are other skills that you need to learn along the way. Okay, does it make sense, Khadija?
Yeah, very much. Thank you so much.
Yes, great. Thanks a lot. And that was a great question, actually. Thanks a lot. Okay, so the TMA itself, as I said before, is already familiar to you because it's a similar structure for B207A, which I assume all of you have already done. In B207A, you had to select an innovative company. In this course, you will select a global company. Since we are talking and discussing globalization in our course, then you have to select a global company. We all know that global companies are everywhere. I don't think it's going to be hard to select a company, but before selecting the company, make sure to read the questions and make sure that you have a good idea of what you will be answering about this company. And you don't pick it just blindly. Okay, don't pick it blindly just because you like McDonald's, for example, or because you like
Doctor,
Apple. Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, just last semester I picked up one company. Is it possible to choose the same company?
What was it?
العجلان and brothers.
طيب العجلان Brothers, is it a global company?
Yes, it's a global company.
Yes, I don't have a problem to be the same company, but of course يعني all the questions will be different.
Okay.
No problem. Okay,
Yeah.
but make sure, Abdulrahim, make sure, because of the plagiarism software, make sure you don't copy from your old TMA, so you
For
don't
sure,
fall
yes.
in the trap of plagiarism. Okay. But yeah,
Okay.
of course, if you feel like you want to do the keep working on the same company but answer different questions about it, I have no problem at all.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Okay, sure. You're welcome. So examples of what students picked in the past, they picked Apple, they picked Amazon, Sephora, McDonald's, Burger King, all the fast food restaurants, all the franchises are good options. Samsung, you name it. You know, we have lots and lots of examples. You just go to the mall and you see, you know, most of these stores or most of the places there or restaurants are global companies at the end. Look at your electronics, whether you have a Sony TV or you have a Samsung or LG or you have an Apple phone or whatever, all of these are also global companies. So look around you. Global companies are everywhere. Global brands are everywhere. So make sure to start your essay with an introduction first because it has 5 marks of the grade. And also end it with a conclusion. So don't forget the introduction and conclusion. The body paragraph itself, so these questions, these 7 questions have 90 marks. Okay, but the other 10 marks are for the introduction and the conclusion. Now, let me ask you here, what would you put in an introduction for an essay like that?
That we are going to talk about in this paragraph, in this thesis.
Absolutely. Thanks, Khadija. Okay, a mistake that a lot of students make is that their introduction will be about the company only. Okay, this is not correct. Your introduction should be about what you will be discussing. So it should tell the reader what to expect in your essay. It should be a brief of what this essay is about. All right. So if you pick Apple, for example, Apple computers, do mention Apple in the introduction and mention the concept of globalization. You need to mention both. All right. So in your introduction, you need to tell the reader to expect that you will be discussing the globalization aspect of Apple. So it's not only globalization, it's not only Apple, it's actually globalization for Apple. That's your topic. Okay. Or globalization for Samsung or for Zara or whatever. Okay. So that will be your introduction. Now, your body paragraphs, it's very clear that you have 7 questions. So definitely, I advise you to do 7 body paragraphs. Just answer each paragraph, each question in a paragraph. You do not have to repeat, to write the questions. Okay? Don't write the questions because in an essay doesn't have titles and it doesn't have questions. So you wrote your introduction. Now you go to the first body paragraph and you write the answer to the first question. Okay. Again, don't copy and paste the question. You don't have to do that. Now, once you are done with the first question, you just go to the second body paragraph and you write the answer to the second question, and so on. All right. So a good structured TMA would have a total of how many paragraphs?
10.
It will have a total of 9 paragraphs. Okay. The introduction and then 7 body paragraphs and the conclusion. This is the good structured TMA. And it will be very easy for anyone to read it and to know exactly where you are answering each question. All right. So if I want to skip and I want to read your answer directly to question 5, then I know that I have to go to your 5th body paragraph or to the 6th paragraph in total. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Now, I want you to practice on that. Having a good structure in your TMA, it means that you are organized and it makes the reader want to read your whatever you are writing. Okay, this is a big plus for you as a writer to have a good structure and a good organized essay. Okay, let's talk about the questions now, one by one. In the first paragraph, pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Something that similar question was in your B207A. TMA, name the global brand, organization, briefly describe the products and activities. So very briefly, say what this company is about, what does it do. Please don't put long histories here. We don't need the history. Just a brief. Maybe I haven't heard about your company before. So just brief. What is the company? What does it sell? What is their business concept? What do they do? And what kind of products and services does it sell? And that's it. Okay. Maybe you could here also in number one in the first body paragraph, you could add what kind of markets it serves, maybe which countries it operates in, and so on. Because this is definitely related to the global concept that we are discussing. And number two, what does it mean to be a global organization? Why is your chosen organization global? So here you have a link between what you have mentioned in the first paragraph and your second paragraph. Of course, they will be all connected with the similar information related to your company. Okay, so in the course, we have studied that a global company is a company that does business in more than one country. Okay, so even if you have chosen a company that does business in only 2 countries, you can consider this as a global company. Okay, this is what we have studied in the course material. So when you link to the theories discussed in the course material, you say that by definition, a global company is a company that does business in more than one country. Since my company X does business in, let's say, 5, 6, 10, 100 countries, whatever. So this means this is a global organization. Okay? By this, you will be answering question 2. Any questions here? Okay, I think it's straightforward and simple. Number 3, there are many factors that could trigger an organization to expand across international boundaries. Also, in the course material, we studied about the triggers. What could make a company, we have maybe 6 or 7 triggers, that could make a company go and search for other markets. So it could be because of competition, it could be because the company already has a saturated market or a low growth market, or any one of these. Go back to your course material and see which ones do apply to your company. Okay, so maybe Ragad gives me, for her own company, gives me certain reasons or certain triggers for what triggered the company that of her choice to go global, while Zainab, for example, would choose something else. All right, so you don't have, of course, it depends on linking what you have learned to your company. And this is a great exercise for you to understand your course material much better. Number 4, discuss the main success factors of the global brand. What made this company successful? What is the success factor? And also, what are the marketing strategy, competitors, and competitive advantage? We have studied competitive advantage in B207A and also in B207B, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So what is the marketing strategy? What strategy does this company follow? Who are the competitors? Who is the company competing with? And what kind of advantage does your organization have over its competitors? Number 5, discuss the concept of globalization versus customization. We discussed this concept also in the course material under the title Globalization versus Customization. So the global company that you have chosen, what kind of things does it do to change its products, to customize the product, to make it suitable to the target markets in the new countries that it is operating in? Okay, we gave so many examples in our classes. We gave so many examples, like Burger King would change some of its recipes to attract or to appeal to the taste of the Saudi Arabian market, for example. So the taste of the burger, of the McDonald's burger here in Saudi Arabia, will be different than the taste of the burger that you taste probably somewhere else in Europe or in the United States. In India, it's different because in India, people like more spicy flavors and spices that they use. All right. So changing the product is a very smart, changing the offering, actually, not only the product, changing the whole offering is a very smart approach that the global organizations do, because they understand that by targeting different target markets, the requirement of the target markets will be different. Okay, so definitely it's a challenge for these companies because they want to keep the overall brand image, the overall concept of the brand and of the product, yet at the same time make it attractive for another market, for another target market who by default would have different needs and wants. Okay, so here, when we talk about offerings, okay, make sure to discuss not only the product, but the full offering. What do we mean by the full offering?
اللي هو المنتج شو اسمه الماركتينج حق المنتج الباكجينج
Yes, not only the product and the packaging, also the all of the 4 Ps. Okay, يعني all of the 4 Ps will be different. The product will be different, the price, the place, and the promotion. So make sure to discuss all 4. Maybe you have found that your organization only changes 2 out of the 4 marketing mix elements. That's okay. Just say that. If they change all 4, also you need to say that. So I will get different answers from you depending on which company you have chosen. All right. A company like Pepsi, for example, when Pepsi does promotion, you notice that the advertisements in markets like the United States and Mexico are different promotions. They are different advertisements. Also, different advertisements will run here in the Middle East. Okay. Usually, when Pepsi and Coke make advertisements, they try to have some idol or some celebrities, and the celebrity will definitely depend on the country that you are operating in. Okay, so all of these are customization of the product offering. So don't think only about the product, only about the recipe or how the company changed the product, but think across all the 4 Ps. Okay, how do you think across all the 4 Ps? By starting from the needs and wants of the target market in different countries. It's enough to give an example. You don't have to mention يعني each and every market that your company operates in, what kind of changes it makes. You will not have enough word count to do that. That would be too big, too large, okay? It will be enough to give an example, and definitely it would be very good if you give the examples from your own market, Saudi Arabia or the Middle East. Is it clear? Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so discuss the ethical considerations for the global organization. Also in week 6, actually today in my class, I will discuss this concept. This is part of week 6. For your company, again, pick 1 or 2 of the ethical considerations that is existing for your company. If the ones that you studied in the course do not apply to your company, then definitely go and do research and to see which ones apply, to see if other ethical considerations apply to your company. Okay. Finally, discuss the post-COVID-19 challenges and opportunities for the organization. How many parts does this question have?
2 parts.
It has 2 parts. Okay, so you have challenges and you have opportunities. Now, of course, COVID has created challenges for some companies, but also has created opportunities for a lot of other companies. For example, a company like Amazon, do you think had more challenges or more opportunities because of COVID?
More opportunities.
Absolutely. It had great opportunities because people started more to get used to buying things online. They shifted their behavior from buying their products from the store. And the whole COVID thing was a very big plus for all the online retailers. Now, those retailers who were able to face the challenge of meeting the demand, okay, at the same time, they had a challenge is to meet the demand of this sudden big demand from coming from their customers. Okay, so those companies who were able to be quick and meet the demand of their customers were able to make very big profits during that period. All right. Of course, some other companies had challenges. I would say restaurants and clothing companies had also some challenges because of the reduced sales that they had during COVID. So whatever it is, it could be something else. Whatever it is that it relates to your company, definitely go ahead and mention it in this part of the TMA.
Doctora, we can also mention if the same company face challenges and opportunities.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yes, please definitely mention both, not only one.
Okay, thank you.
But sometimes the opportunities are more, sometimes the challenges are more. Okay, that's what I was saying. I was saying that for online retailers, they had much bigger opportunities, of course, and they had also challenges to solve. Okay. All right, so this TMA will be solved by a group of students and will be uploaded only by the team leader. Please, only the team leader uploads the TMA on their account on the LMS, and we do that because of the plagiarism policy. We don't want, if 2 group members post the same TMA, we will have 100% similarity between them. So in order to avoid that. So make sure your TMA is plagiarism free. Don't copy and paste from sources. Make sure that the format that I told you about, introduction, body paragraphs, and the conclusion, all of these are followed in your TMA. Make sure that the word count is correct. The word count that we have here is 1,500 words. Don't go more than 10% over or less. this word count. Of course, it's impossible to have exactly 1,500 words. So a 10% difference is okay, will be fine. If more than 10%, then your TMA will be too short or too long. Referencing, definitely make sure to use the Harvard Referencing Style Guide by opening this document. When you don't have, of course, to memorize it, you have to use it as a reference. You have to use it as a guide for you on how to write your references. Make sure to put your in-text and your reference list. So whenever you want to write a reference, it's not enough to write only inside the text or only at the end. You have to do both. This is according to the Harvard system, referencing, which we require in this course. All right, so here you have examples. This is something that you would write inside your text, inside your TMA, but the long reference will be at the end of your TMA. Okay, is it clear? Do you know how to do that? Anyone doesn't know how to do that?
Doctor, is it the same as the ABA style?
The ABA style is different. ABA style is one way of doing referencing, and Harvard is another way of doing referencing. Okay, so I suggest that you follow the Harvard system referencing because it's required in this course and in your other level 2, level 3 courses.
Okay, doctor.
Okay, it won't be hard for you to just follow whatever is mentioned in this guide.
No problem.
Okay, great. Now, your TMA will be, you will have this as the cover page, the first page of your TMA. All the students' names will be here. All the students' IDs will be here. The section number, the tutor name. So make sure to fill this in totally. Now, your tutor, actually, and then you will start writing your TMA here. Okay, so you will write your TMA here under this first page. Your tutor will correct your TMA and will write the grade here. So let's say that your tutor gives you 88 over 100 on your TMA, the content of your TMA. But if you didn't follow the essay format, then the tutor might deduct grades here. So these 4 are deductions and not extra grades. Okay, if you failed to do referencing according to Harvard referencing style, also your tutor might deduct some grades. If your word count is not within the limit, your tutor also might deduct some grades, depending on how severe it is. Okay, from 0 to 4. If you didn't use e-library, if you don't find references on the e-library, it's okay to use other external references, but make sure they are good references and not taken from Wikipedia or forums or unknown sources. Okay, so if you did not get you don't have any references, then also your tutor could deduct some grades. Okay, this deduction 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 2, so this is a total of 7. All right, 88 minus 7, your total grade will be 81 over 100. So the point is, make sure that you follow these so you don't lose marks, because this is a deduction out of your total mark. Okay? Any questions? Okay, so Ragad is asking, do we need to write a title at the top of the page? No, you don't need to write a title. You could write, but it's not a requirement.
مس
Yeah, go ahead.
متى حيكون الديدلاين؟
الديدلاين راح يكون around week 11. لحد هلأ ما عندي تقريبا الديت، يعني تقريبا ب April 10. اوكي، April 10 يعني بهالحدود تقريبا، بهيدا الأسبوع تبع April 10، يعني تقريبا آخر رمضان. Okay. Do you have any questions about the TMA, the logistics of the TMA, the rules, anything? Type, great. So, yeah, someone?
دكتورة بس a quick question.
Yeah.
When we do in-text citation, do we have to also take that citation and put it في الريفرنس اللي تحت again to repeat it؟ ولا بس نسوي in-text citation على الكلام اللي مثلا أخذناه من ريفرنس معين وحطيناه between اللي هو البارنتسز؟
شوفي خديجة، في نوعين citation، في two types. اوكي. التايب الأول هو اسمه in text، يعني أنت خلال التكست بقلب التكست عم تقولي للريدر أنا هون جبت شيء من برا، من reference من برا. This is not my work, this is somebody else's work. يعني you are giving them credit, you are giving somebody else credit. So in the text ما بتحطي الريفرنس الطويل عشان حياخد محل كتير، بس بتحطي in text. خليني بس أرجع أفتح الدوكيمنت هارفارد. اوكي، سو ان تكست ما بتحطي الريفرنس الطويل، بس بتحطي مجرد اسم الكاتب والسنة. alright. So as a reader, me as a reader, now I know that you are taking something from an outside resources, but it's not enough for me. If I want to go back to the reference, it's not, this information is not enough. alright. You have to put the full reference down under your TMA, يعني in your reference list. So just in case I want to go back to the reference, I have the full reference of it. بس هي بتحطيها تحت بالreference list. Inside the text بتحطي الاختصار بس. The in-text is a very summarized, it's a very small way for you telling the reader that right here I'm getting information from a reference. Is it clear?
Yes, دكتورة هذا سؤالي بالضبط. شكرا جزيلا.
طيب great, perfect.
دكتورة؟
Yes, مريم, go ahead.
لازم نحط الاقتباس حتى لو إنه كان بماي وورد.
شوفي هلا انت sometimes انا بفهم انه انت حتقري ممكن مراجع وبعدين تكتبيهم in your words. على حسب، لو انت كتبتي in your words معلومات عامة، معلومات just انه this is an excellent question by the way. I always face this with students. لو انت عملتي يعني reading everywhere and then you came and wrote in your own words حسب الانفورميشن. If you have sensitive information that somebody else has came up with, yes, you have to put the reference. Okay, but let's say انت قريتي general information from tens of references. Okay, in this case you don't have to put a reference. You know what I mean? يعني في فرق بين المعلومات اللي انت رح تقريها everywhere ورح تكوني انت فكرة عنها وتكتبي in your own words. This is something. Something else is معلومة very يعني a certain type of information that is very specific, you need to give credit to the person that you got your information from. Okay, فهمتي الفرق؟
أيوه.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the other thing that I want to tell you about is the MTA. I have sent an email yesterday to everyone. I hope you are receiving my emails. B207B MTA will include all the course material from week 1 to week 6. So please, if you did not cover until week 6 yet, definitely let your tutor know that you need to cover up until week 6 so you can be ready to the midterm exam. Okay? The MTA will include 4 essay questions. Answers are required in essay format. Do write your answers in essay format. Don't write them in bullet points. The MTA will be on March 21, so definitely you need to start studying for this MTA. All right. I have also sent you all the recorded videos for this course, and you can look at them. So here I have it. I have them all on YouTube. You can go to playlists and B207B. Here I have all the videos for B207B listed in order from week 1 to week 5. All right. So today, inshallah, I will explain week 6 to my students, and I will record week 6 and also upload it here on YouTube. So how are you finding the YouTube? Is it easier for you to access the videos from YouTube than OneDrive? What is easier for you?
It's very helpful. It's
Perfect.
more helpful and more easy to access now than before.
Okay, great, perfect. Yeah, absolutely. The OneDrive, when I used to share the links on OneDrive, a lot of students used to have problems not being able to access the videos. So here on YouTube, I think it's a good way to just upload all the videos. Okay, any questions? These videos also will be very helpful if you have a certain part of your of the course material that you don't understand. You can go directly to YouTube and just listen to that part. You don't have to listen to the whole thing. You can skip. It's easy for you to skip and just get to the point that you need. Yes. Anything else? Can I help you? Can I support you with anything else?
دكتورة, I have a question.
Yeah.
Or two questions. السؤال الأول, it's going. Is there? Are you going to conduct another master sessions to explain the MTA part like B207A?
Absolutely, yes. Khadija, this master session is weekly. It's gonna happen weekly. It's every Monday, inshallah. We will start at 8:30, not at 8, because it's very hard for me to reach the university at 8. So we will start at 8:30, but we will cover everything you need support with, definitely. I have certain items that in mind to cover during these master sessions, but also you can give me ideas. Whatever you need, we will do. The main purpose is to support you to study better and to get better grades in this course. This is the main purpose of the session.
Inshallah. Doctor, it's the second question was if you are not doing weekly sessions. I was going to ask you if there is a guidelines for the keywords for a perfect answer for our TMA. As you said, it's an essay format. So it has to be like, for example, an answer and examples and keywords inside. Sometimes we are not able to copy paste exactly what the slides said, so we have to do it in our own version of understanding the paragraph. So that's what I ask, if there is a like طريقة صحيحة أو مثلا طريقة مثالية للحل.
يعني عم تسأليني عن طريقة مثالية للحل؟
لا أنا أقصد إنه كيف طالما راح نسوي ويكلي سيشن للماستر، ويكلي سيشن نشرح فيها TMA، خلاص ما يحتاج السؤال الثاني، لأني كنت بسألك إيش الطرق
أوكي.
الصحيحة
فهمت عليك.
اللي نسأل فيها نجاوب فيها الأسئلة.
خلص فهمت عليكي. هلا مبدئيا نحن اليوم حاولت قد ما بقدر أعطيكم I tried my best to give you from my own experience the best way to answer these questions. Of course, each one of you has a certain way. Each one of you has their own practice. But you know what I said is very general, and it could apply on each and every course that you will have in level 2 and level 3. Every time you want to write an essay, the structure is extremely important, because if you don't have the right structure, the reader will be very bored and very confused. Having the right structure is your first chance to attract the reader's eye. Okay? Now, of course, the content, after that, the content should be also important. But your first step, if you don't have a good structure, you have a good content, the reader will not be interested. Okay? So I will try my best week after week. If you have specific questions about this TMA, then we could tackle them. I know that a lot of you are still at the beginning of answering the questions, but maybe week after week we can go more in details. Okay, so now we still have time. We still have some time. I definitely suggest and encourage you to go to the quiz. So since we are here anyways, you go to Unit 1, for example, and try assessing yourself on the quiz. So just click on this bottom. I can give you 10 minutes because the time limit is 10 minutes. All right, and then maybe after we are done, we could look at your answers and how much you know about week 1 by now. All right, this is a good way to tell you that you need maybe to go back to week 1, study it better, or if you are already having the right information here. Just one notice, the quiz only tests your knowledge. It doesn't test how you are able to retell the information that you get from the course. It only tests your knowledge about whether you know or not, because it's a multiple choice. It's different than writing an essay. Okay, so go ahead. You can start the quiz now.
بنات نحن كويس الحين.
Yes زينب. هلا it's a good time to try quiz for unit 1 and unit 2 if you wish.
بس إذا ما حليتها عادي ولا؟
Yes إذا ما بدك تحليها عادي، بس يعني this is part of the support that we give you in the support session. يعني بنحاول إنه نعطيكم كل التولز اللي لازمة لحتى تتحسنوا بالكورس. أوكي؟
أوكي.
بس هذا الكويز عليه علامات ولا بس للسبورت؟
لا هذا الكويز بس سبورت. يعني أنت حتاخدي علامة أنت حتشوفيها، بس هي مش محسوبة.
اوكي ثانك يو.
اوكي عايشة عم تسألني اي متى بيقفل الكويز؟ ما حيقفل الكويز، على طول مفتوح. This is يعني it's a self assessment, it's part of your of the ways to test yourself. انتوا هيك ممكن تختبروا نفسكم قديش بتعرفوا بالكورس. اوكي so خلص انا حاترككم مع الكويزز. You can attempt quiz 1, quiz 2 up to quiz 5 if you have covered week 5. And you can do that at any time. If you wish to study first, you can go ahead and study the week before attempting the quiz. So we come to the end of this master session. Inshallah, it's going to be a weekly session. We will meet again next week, same time. Have a nice day.